around for the longest time. I'm excited to see what they can do, and potentially if we get into a hot drop in game number one, we're kicking things off over on a Wrangle. And well, you're the drop master. What can we expect to see in the early game here, Saga? Anything spicy?
It's interesting because TE, every single time they've been at a PCS event, they've been hot dropping Pachinki against Attack All Around, who didn't qualify. So we thought maybe this time around they get Pachinki for free, but no, SGD has publicly announced they were happy to fight for it, and TE, those stubborn team that always is willing to take that fight and never wants to give up on Pachinki, has actually been scared away. They've gone up north, taking the drop spot of Unicorn Phoenix, who failed to qualify, up towards the school and apartments. We weren't expecting any hot drops to come through, but it looks like the flight path has forced an alt drop from FTF, normally heading up towards Lipovka, and this could be an early engagement between themselves and the orangutans.
Trick is going to be able to get down first and get himself a barrel, a scar, everything he could possibly want to take this fight. But honestly, it looks like the orangutans are going to try and get out of here in the vehicles. Easier said than done. Sprays like that, but thankfully out of the way. It's not going to be made easy, though, because of course, the first circle of PCS is one of the most awkward ones we can get on a rank.
A window of the moving vehicle is all that it will take. There's a bit of an engagement up north on late rotations. T5 and FTF both coming from Georgia Pole, north and south. And Teddy, the man with the new upgraded PC, big FPS, but all it is
to be cautious the way he takes it. Monty and the rest of Bliss, though, throwing caution to the wind as they're just going to be playing the beach. I mean, they've got a decent ridgeline, and I don't think they're too concerned about rotations as Archangel Predator. Well, they certainly are, and rightly so. Rossitid goes down as Canaxi attempts to third-party. Mad Dog pushes over the rocks, but as we mentioned, Swagger2i coming over the top. Shen waiting with the SLR for an opening as he just doesn't want to get involved too early. Wants to really third-party this effectively as he sees the player still. He is happy to take the shot. CJ falls, and, well, Mad Dog able to return the fire. Shen backs off of this, but follows up with a nade, and with this hillside and those rocks, Saga, I'd be a little bit concerned if I was AAP.
Fought against FTF and potentially Monkey Origami Orangutans when they start to make a move, but there it is. Clories, just a quick, clean little spray. That's a headshot trick out of the equation. Delta Mix trying to answer back with that UMP, but it's Clories with a double headshot again.
Barrage earlier. Minus points for me. Let's hope that Monty can stack some up for everybody else with that SLR, just trying to find the headshot, but he is pinned at these rocks. And, well, Cerberus, they're looking to defend something of their own as Pete takes down Xiaoman. It's going to be Cerberus who follow up with a second nade, and I'm sure a whole lot more. Izaki moves around the side. Julio's caught on fire, and just like that, MSC are down and out. Cerberus
T5.
getting points early on.
Well, the vehicle's gone. Patampong gone. Ranger X sat down as well. Exquisite, minimal health, but it's Nordra is there. He's
also want to get involved with the third party. Insight goes down for Bliss, as now they're down to just 2 players. Genius opt to hop in the vehicles, and they really have 2 options. They crash or they go for a wide rotate, and with the way that Cloris is hanging out the side, I think they're going with the former. Jervis with the spray, just needed to land one, and it would have got them a knock, but as Simon's taken down low as well, you've got to think Genius are facing some real trouble. Levies, Vanny, both taking down a player apiece. They're instantly flushed out. Utah falls. It's all down to Zess. He's crashing into the Wizard Tower, but Archangel Predator, well, they are just pulling up behind him and more than happy to sponge up the points. Day Trade, however, do third party onto that rotation, though, and, well, Zest, that should be the end of it. Archangel Predator clean it up, and, well, they keep at least a player alive.
in a crash with some third partying from PM8 coming in, but there's really not much space to work with now for any of the teams, and the next shift is going to take even more of it away. Hopefully for a lot of teams, it goes away from the Milta Fields, but if it goes towards it, we're really in for a banger.
Day Trade doing everything they can with these nades. They're finding the damage, but ultimately it's the 3x spray from Belmoth to take down the first. Actually finds damage through the smoke onto a second as well. As frags follow through, it's going to be Flash who just sends it in. May actually end up running someone over if he's not too careful. Goes to the seat swap. Importantly, misses the spray, however, and that's going to be the end of Day Trade. The all or nothing play, ultimately.
Rix is in this time around. That is Flash's twin brother, so we know that if anything genetic is going on there, he's a pretty cracked demon time player as well, but And it looks like his options might be very limited here, but maybe they can get an extra point because Monkey are just making a big wide wrap around the side, rips. Uaz is going to blow up and leave him completely stranded. It's actually got rid of the hay bale as well. That's all his cover from the arena gone, but it's Tycon.
Very shortly, everybody has to try and send it into the center. The arena getting peppered apart is the Expendables doing a big chunk of that damage, but you have to think Cerberus are going to try and sponge it all up. That's exactly what happens. And
it's grenade range for Cerberus if they have the utility remaining. Well, not really so fortunate. The only play that they can really make is either inch forward or just send it and try and dislodge CJ from the Wizard Tower of Archangel Predator. But Check Sync can't get into the vehicle in time and actually goes down to the blue zone, hands over the free flush to Leo as well. Levi's almost trying to find the angle, but 777 up on the position on the roof of the Wizard Tower at the top of the hill. That's just one of those positions where if you're in this game, you're like, how is no one punishing that? How is no one shooting him? But just nobody gets the angle on towards it. But it's going to be such a pain in the butt for all of these teams that have to creep their way forwards. He's going to have angles on so many players. Sophia spotted out, though. He will go down. Eddie, the trademark 3x barrel, makes light work of him, but CJ pops up out of the window and White
being a solo, that's kind of a non-factor for a lot of these teams. 777 though, such an aggressive position as Edie goes down to the zone. Buram start to face some real trouble. Canaxi also to fall. CJ looks to hop out. I think he knows that there are going to be Buram players closing down and he needs to start making a move soon. 777 almost steals it away, but CJ does manage to scrap out those points. That's 7 on the board for Archangel Predator, and they are just looking for any placement on top of that they can. Audra, the final player, pushing down the hill. Tycon knows, but he hasn't taken any shots until he's got the opening, and there it is. Buram out in 4, and Archangel Predator.
18 kills on the board. And now, CJ has actually got a big knock onto Duck Juice as well as Levi's tries to dislodge him from the position with an aggressive send. This could be huge. This could be the moment for Cerberus to capitalize and make a push of their own.
And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. You see them fanning out already, getting as much zone control as possible, because as Archangel Predator fall, it means that now Cerberus can try and capitalize off the player advantage. The nades in hand from so many players, but they just don't have that hard information that they're looking for. Ninja is going to be running down the hill, but Duck Juice already having been flushed out by the zone. The nade is going to be kind of useless. Sololzi just waiting inside this dip almost, hoping not to expose himself, maybe using his teammates for bait to a certain extent. As he sees 777, he's now going to call this to the squad, but more nades, more smokes coming out. Ninja maybe thinks Cerberus are a whole lot closer than they are, and well, as soon as he commits to one of these fights down the hill, surely Sololzi is going to be ready to peek on it.
North versus south, positioning to east versus west, but they've got Sololzi on the high ground now, and with that drop onto Ninja 2K, a huge spray from Hymas, now he has free reign to move around the high ground and use TE's best weapon against them.
777 looks like he's going to be out of the fight. Not really too useful as of now, but that nade, well, it softens up Hyzaki a tad. Ninja will be getting flushed as 777 goes down as well. It's all on timers to try and finish off the job for Cerberus as the nade comes through. That should be the end of the Expendables, and it's Cerberus. 1 game, 1 chicken dinner, but more importantly, 15 kills to go with it. I told you, this squad are a force to be reckoned with in this lobby.